This is the Garmin Fenix 7S Pro Sapphire Solar. I've had it now for about 1.5 years. So is it any good? First of all, it's a Garmin, meaning I have the Garmin ecosystem with it. Also, Garmin seems to customize Garmin Connect, its software, based on the watch you connect to it. So while I had this sent in for repair in the last couple of weeks, or rather it did not update, a really nice feature that differentiates this watch from the previous version, the 6S Pro, is that if I double click on here, I do have a torch. This torch can also be modified by clicking again on here. And then there is this thing here, and I can also turn it onto red, which is very useful if in the night I wake up and I don't want to disrupt my sleep by now having lots of light. I also can track activities with this watch. It does have GPS. This is also the smallest version of the watch you can get. Usually there are two different sizes of a Garmin watch. It does tell me how much cardiovascular training I should do, with metrics like the endurance score. After I save an activity, it updates the endurance score. And so unlike VO2 Max, which only updates if I hit 70% heart rate for at least 10 minutes when running and also tracking the run on my watch, the endurance score provides a shorter term feedback, whether I'm increasing or decreasing my cardiovascular ability. It also tracks my sleep, but the sleep tracking is usually a bit off. The question that kind of is again seen on the internet, whether Garmin watches are actually good for sleep tracking, is probably asked repeatedly for a reason. Because I often sleep at different times, I entered basically a sleep range of all the day, at least onto my 6S Pro. And so in the last weeks, when I actually had this sent in because it was malfunctioning, I now have dozens of days on which my sleep data, or rather my sleep duration, is like 20 hours, 60 hours, 80 hours, which in terms of reliability is, well, not exactly what one could wish for. Wearing the Fenix 7S Pro, apart from charging and also having a Garmin blood pressure cuff as well as a Garmin Smart Scale, gives me lots of data about my health, which I otherwise could not get. As of now in Garmin Connect there is no integration of blood parameters, which would be nice. But Inside Tracker does allow to pull in some data, at least from Garmin. Together with the watch and the app, I can answer questions like, should I focus more on anaerobic training exercises, or is the low aerobic in the optimal zone? What's my Garmin running VO2 Max estimate? And how does it compare to other people of my age and gender? How many steps am I taking? What's my Garmin fitness age? And also, how charged is my body at this point in time? A major reason for getting the Garmin, even though before I had a Galaxy watch already, was that Garmin made the HRV metric visible to me. So now I can track my HRV. Unfortunately though, only for the last